Chapter 13 bankruptcy is a repayment bankruptcy. We file those cases under Chapter 13 every day for people to help people reorganize. So Chapter 13, we really do it under three circumstances for people who can afford some type of repayment, but maybe they just can't pay back in full, to stop foreclosures, and to stop repossessions. The main thing Chapter 13 was always used for was that foreclosure, but Chapter 13 bankruptcy allows us to push your creditors into the court and come up with some type of repayment that goes from 3 to 5 years. We don't have to pay all your creditors back. Because it's bankruptcy, it'll stop that collection. Repossession stop, foreclosure stop, billing, phone calls, garnishment. If they're trying to contact you and you file Chapter 13, boom, they have to stop all of that. So we force your creditors into the bankruptcy court, and then we propose a repayment plan to pay back creditors. And again, we don't have to pay them all back. We could have the IRS in there, credit cards, student loans, your furniture bill over at Babcock, your car loan, we got a timeshare, we got a mortgage. We don't have to keep everything in Chapter 13, so we could say, we're not going to keep the timeshare anymore. Boom, we're going to give it back. We got an old boat, we're not using it anymore. Boom, let's give it back. So the Chapter 13 allows us to surrender property.
And Martin, it really helps you keep property. It helps you keep your house. So Martin mentioned that when we consolidate everything, you don't have to pay your creditors back. So what happens? Let's say, you owe your creditors credit cards maybe $20,000. Well, and you're paying them $500 a month now. You know that type of thing. Well, in the bankruptcy case, maybe instead of $500, they're only getting $50 a month. And you're saying, well, where's that other $450 goes? It goes to help you make the house payment, pay your utilities, maybe make the car payment. So if you think you can't afford everything and you're worried about giving up your house because you can't afford it, that's why you need to come in to see if we can do this and say, all right, let's as Martin said before, the court allows you to pay yourself first and pay all your necessities, and let's do that. Let's do it. Let's take the $500 you were paying to the credit card companies. We'll give them whatever they're going to get, $50 in my example, and let's use the other $450 to keep you in that house. And like we said earlier, the way rent's going these days, you're going to be better off in your own house. It'll cost you less money in the long run.
And so Chapter 13 is budget driven. It's driven by your ability to pay back. And if all you can pay is pennies on the dollar to like a credit card company, then hey, we'll have the court approve that repayment plan. Now, with regard to the mortgage, the Chapter 13 gives us a couple options. If you're behind on your mortgage, we could propose to pay back what's past due. So we had a caller call in earlier today that said she was 10 months behind on her mortgage. We could say, okay, we're going to pay back that 10 months over 5 years, and you mortgage company have to start accepting her payment again. So that's one way to resolve that. Another way is the bankruptcy court has a mortgage modification program. So if we thought it was the right case for it, we would say, hey, let's go into the modification program through the bankruptcy court and see about rewriting the terms of your mortgage. So Chapter 13 gives us a lot of options. You don't have to figure all this out. We're going to figure this out for you as your lawyers. We're big hand holders trying to get you through all of this, and also be able to afford your basic living expenses.